Good evening and welcome. My name is Trevor Gallus. I will be your announcer for the evening for Varsity Girls Basketball versus Cozad here in Gothenburg, Nebraska. We will be getting started here just shortly, right after we get done with naming off our starters. So please stick around. All right, we are ready for our tip-off of the girls varsity game. Ellery Harm, unfortunately, did not get the tip-off there for the Swedes. That was number 5, Armagus, passing it to number 14, Dyer. Number 12, Baker has it now. Armagus passing it back to Baker. Baker driving forward, giving it back to number 14, Dyer. She went up for two, no good. Ellery Harm recovers it for the Swedes. Everett has it now, trying to find somebody. She finds Richardson. Richardson driving forward, finds Kinley Strasser, and to Aubrey O'Hare in the corner. O'Hare goes up for two, no good, gets it, goes for the rebound, not quite. That will be a foul called on Gothenburg. Excuse me, called on Cozad. That's my bad. And unfortunately missing that first one there. Hope she can make the second one, getting us on the scoreboard here in this first quarter. And she misses that one as well. Kinley Strasser gets it though, and she goes up for two, and it is good. All right, Armagus passing it to attempted to pass it there to Dyer, I believe, and it went out of bounds. Number 14, Dyer, will pass it in. Passes it in there to Armagus, and now number 12, Baker, has it. Baker trying to find somebody. Unfortunately, a travel is called. Clara Everett will start with the ball for Gothenburg. Passing the ball into Richardson. Strasser has it now back over to Everett. And that'll be out of bounds on Cozad. Everett passing it into Richardson there. Richardson finds O'Hare. O'Hare passing it to number 25, Harm. Harm goes up for 2, and it is good. Gothenburg up to 4 now. Cozad still has 0. All right, Armagus gets a hold of it for Cozad. She finds number 12, Baker. Back to Dyer. Back to Baker. Baker driving forward, passing it back to Dyer. And now Armagist has it again. Back to number 14, Dyer. And forward to Baker. Baker trying to find somebody. She goes up for 2. No good. Aubrey O'Hare grabs a hold of it for Gothenburg. Passing it to number 15, Ashlyn Richardson. Strasser has it. Goes up for 2. No good. And number 12, Baker grabs a hold of it for Cozad. And it'll be out of bounds on Gothenburg. All right, number 2, Burkholder passing it in there to Armagus. Baker has it now, passing it to number 20 for Applegate. And to Dyer. Now Armagus has it back. Again, back to Dyer. And Baker gets it. Back to Dyer. Baker once again, passing it to Dyer there. Back to Baker. And number 2, Burkholder has it, passing it to Armagist and back to Dyer, who goes from the 3. Not quite. Aubrey O'Hare grabs a hold of it for Gothenburg. Passing it to Richardson. Richardson giving it to Kinley Strasser, who then gives it to Emily Cornwell across the court to Aubrey O'Hare. Back to Emily Cornwell and then to Strasser. Strasser giving it to Richardson, and Richardson to O'Hare, who goes from the 3. Not quite, but very close. Number 24, Applegate grabs a hold of it, passing it to Armagist for Cozad. And now number 12, Baker has it again. Baker goes up for 2. No good. It'll be out of bounds on Cozad. We do have some subs here. Number 24, Clara Everett, and number 35, Maddie Smith, checking in for Ashlyn Richardson and Aubrey O'Hare. All right, Clara Everett passing it in there to number 20, Kinley Strasser. Everett has it again, back to Strasser. And now Cornwell has it, giving it back to Strasser. Strasser driving forward, gives it to Maddie Smith, and now to Claire Everett. She passes it to the corner to Kinley Strasser, goes from the 3. Not quite, but very close on that one. Baker has it. Running down, trips up a little bit there. And a foul is called there on Emily Cornwell. That's her first. All right, Baker has it again, passing it to number 4, Schroeder, and then to Armagist. And then number 14, Dyer, passing it to Armagist there. Armagist finds Dyer again. Armagist throws from the 3. No good. Emily Cornwell grabs a hold of it for Gothenburg. Kinley Strasser passing it to Clara Everett, trying to give it there to Ellery Harm. However, it went out of bounds. Ashlyn Richardson and Aubrey O'Hare both check in for Ellery Harm and Kinley Strasser. All right, Ashlyn Richardson will pass it in for the Swedes. Passes it in to Maddie Smith. Then to Claire Everett, who goes up for 2. No good. Fight for the ball there. Dyer gets it, passing it to Armagist. Armagist giving it to number 23. All right, 23 goes from the 3, no good. I do apologize, I do not have a number 23 on my roster. Richardson passing it forward to number 24, Clara Everett. She's going to give it to Aubrey O'Hare, goes for 2. Not quite. Maddie Smith grabs a hold of it for Gothenburg. She gives it to O'Hare. And then O'Hare gives it to Richardson. Richardson driving forward, gives it back to Emily Cornwell. Cornwell gives it to O'Hare. O'Hare giving it to Claire Everett, who goes up for 2, and it is good. 6-0 is where we're at. All right, Armagist has it now for Cozad. Gives it across to Dyer, and it is swatted out of the line there that ball was making by Aubrey O'Hare. All right, Kinley Strasser's checking in. Aubrey O'Hare checking out. All right, passing it in there is number 24, Applegate, giving it to Armagist. Armagist trying to find an opening. She finds Applegate, losing it to Gothenburg. Kinley Strasser, Claire Everett goes up for 2. No good, and a foul is called on the arm for Cozad. Called on Reagan Armagist. All right, Clara Everett now will make 2 free throws, hopefully for Gothenburg. All right, making the first one and not making the second one, unfortunately. Baker grabs a hold of it for Cozad. Giving it to number 23, passing it to Applegate, back to 23, and to Armagist. All right, Baker has it now again, driving forward, giving it to number 23, passing it to Armagist. Back to Baker. Baker giving it to number 4, Schroeder, back to Baker, and then to number 23. Schroeder has it again, trying to find somebody. She finds Baker. Losing it to Gothenburg, Clara Everett, number 24, passing it to Richardson, who passes it all the way forward to Kinley Strasser, who goes up for 2, and it is good, 9-0. And a timeout is called.
Gothenburg Health believes in providing exceptional medical services close to home. That means going beyond for the people in our communities. You and your family have access to modern care at Gothenburg Health. Physicians, specialists, equipment, and technology. It's part of our commitment to stay well ahead of your needs at Gothenburg Health. You can see our commitment in our state-of-the-art surgical wing, new patient wing, medically integrated YMCA, and most importantly, in our amazing team who is Gothenburg Health. Learn more at gothenburghealth.org.
All right, and we are back after that timeout. 9-0 is our score. That was number 2, Burkholder passing it in there. Number 12, Baker goes up, and she scores. All right, Strasser has it now, passing it to Everett. Everett giving it to Elliot Harmer, goes up for 2, and that is 2 more for Gothenburg. All right, now Baker has it again for Cozad, and that'll be out of bounds. All right, number 24, Applegate, will pass it in for Cozad, giving it to Armagist, clear back at the 3-point line. Now Dyer passing it to number 2, Burkholder. And that'll be out of bounds. Once again, Maddie Smith checking in for Ellery Harm on the Gothenburg side. All right, Armagist passing it to number 12, Baker, back to Armagist. Armagist passing it back to Baker, and then to number 24, Applegate, back to Armagist, and Baker from the 3. Not quite. Applegate goes up for 2, and that is no good. All right, that will be called on Maddie Smith. That's her first of the night. All right, Applegate does not make the first one. We'll see if she can make the second one, adding some more points for Cozad's side. And not making the second, unfortunately. All right, Kinley Strasser has it, passing it to Taryn O'Hare. Goes up for 2, not quite. Applegate grabs a hold of it for Cozad, passing it to Baker. And Baker losing it, going out of bounds. Cozad will start with the ball, I believe, again. Passing it in is number 2, Burkholder. All right, and Baker going up for 2 there, no good, and that is the end of our first quarter, folks. 11-2. Gothenburg's got quite a lead on Cozad now, but it is still anyone's game, so please stay tuned. We are just getting started. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll be back in just a few short seconds.
Hecox Dentistry, located at 1014 Lake Avenue in Gothenburg, has provided over 105 years of trusted dental service to the local area. 4 generations of family and dental care gives them an experienced advantage that you won't find anywhere else. They combine personalized, compassionate care with exceptional service in a state-of-the-art facility. They're always accepting new patients and look forward to providing the dentistry you, your family, and friends deserve. Learn more at hecoxdentistry.com.
All right, we are back. Richardson passing it in to Aubrey O'Hare. Back to Richardson. And Richardson to number 24, Clara Everett, giving it to Strasser. And Strasser back to O'Hare. O'Hare trying to find somebody. She finds Strasser. Strasser trying to get it to Ashlyn Richardson, however, it will go out of bounds. All right, Strasser's going to start with it now. Passing it in to Richardson. Back to Strasser. Strasser across to Aubrey O'Hare, goes for 2. No good. Kinley Strasser gets it again for the Swedes, losing it to Cozad there, I believe. All right, a foul was called on number 2, Burkholder. That's her first of the night. Kinley Strasser to make some free throws for Gothenburg. She gets 2 of them. She makes the first. And she makes the second as well. All right, Burkholder passing it in there to number 12, and that'll be out of bounds. All right, Richardson has it now for the Swedes, passing it to number 12, Aubrey O'Hare. O'Hare finding somebody. She finds Strasser over in the corner from the 3, and it is good. That'll be 16-2. Burkholder passing it in there to Baker. Baker finding number 14, Dyer, losing it to Gothenburg. Unfortunately, a foul is called. That'll be called on number 20. That'll be Kinley Strasser's first of the night. Baker passing it to Armagus there, passing it back to Dyer. Dyer still has it running forward, gives it back to Armagus, losing it to Clara Everett there for Gothenburg, and losing it back to Cozad to Baker. Baker giving it back to number 11, Munster. Armagus has it now. And a travel is called. Maddie Smith checking in for Clara Everett on Gothenburg's side. The pass in was great. O'Hare has it now, passing it back to Strasser. Strasser back to O'Hare, giving it in change there to Maddie Smith, who got a little bumped out of the way, and a foul will be called for that. All right, that was called on Burkholder. I believe that's her second of the night. And a timeout is called. I would like to take the time to thank all the businesses that are supporting the Gothenburg Activities YouTube page and our Huddle streaming. They're the businesses that you see rotating in the bottom right hand of your guys' screen, as well as the ads that you guys see played in between quarters and during timeouts. They are the ones that pay the extra dollars to see us live stream these games for free for you guys, pretty much anywhere you guys want to stream them on any device. Again, for free. Most schools do not have the ability to do this for free, so please thank those businesses for this opportunity the next time you are out at that business. All right, and starting back into this second quarter, Maddie Smith will take some free throws. Missing the first one, and it goes out of bounds. Cozad will start with the ball, number 2, Burkholder. All right, and it was out of bounds again, but Cozad will still get the ball, I believe. Number 4, Schroeder to start with it. Passing it into number 2, Burkholder. Burkholder across to number 14, Dyer, and now to number 12, Baker. Back to Dyer, who goes from the 3, and it is good. 18-5 is where we're at. All right, number 15, Ashlyn Richardson has it now. Passing it to Strasser. And back to Maddie Smith, who gives it then to Richardson, and Kinley Strasser almost losing it, grabs back hold of it. Ellery Harm has it now. She goes up for 2, and that 2 is good. 20-5 is where we're at. All right, Dyer has it, passing it to number 4, Schroeder. Back to Dyer. Dyer giving it to Baker. Baker back to Dyer. Dyer driving forward. She's going to go up for 2. No good. Gothenburg takes back the ball. That's Ashlyn Richardson that has it. Giving it to Aubrey O'Hare, who runs up, goes up for a layup. No good. Burkholder gets a hold of it, passing it to Armagust. Giving it to Baker. And back to Dyer. Dyer back to Baker. And now Burkholder giving it to Dyer. Dyer goes from the 3. No good. Maddie Smith recovers it for Gothenburg. Passing it to Ashlyn Richardson. Strasser has it now. She's going to go up for 2. No good. Out of bounds is called. Gothenburg will get the ball. All right, we have Clara Everett, Taryn O'Hare, Emily Cornwell checking in for Aubrey O'Hare, Kinley Strasser, and Maddie Smith. Ashlyn Richardson to start with the ball. She's going to be passing it in to Emily Cornwell, who goes from the 3. Not quite, but very close. And Ashlyn Richardson goes up for 2. No good again. And it'll be out of bounds on Gothenburg. Cozad to get the ball. Number 2, Burkholder is going to be passing it in, it appears. And the pass in is good. Number 12, Baker has it, passing it to Reagan Armagist. Back to number 12, Baker. And that was a 3 from Armagist. Score of 20-8. All right. Armagist has it. She's going to be trying to find somebody. She finds Baker. Giving it back to number 5, Armagist. Armagist gives it to number 14, Dyer. And they lose it to Gothenburg. Number 15, Ashlyn Richardson takes back possession of the ball, giving it to Clara Everett. Now Emily Cornwell passing it to Ashlyn Richardson, who goes from the 3. Not quite, and that'll be out of bounds. Cozad to get the ball. All right, Burkholder passing it in there to Armagist. Passing it back to number 14, Dyer. Gothenburg takes back the ball with number 20, Kinley Strasser, taking hold of it. She gives it to Clara Everett over in the corner, almost losing it there to Armagist. Richardson passes it to Harm, who goes up for 2 more. No good. Everett takes back the ball, and a foul is called. That was called on number 15, Weatherly, for Cozad. Strasser has it now. She's going to be passing it to, attempted to pass it there to Richardson. No good. It was out of bounds on Gothenburg. So Burkholder's going to start with it for Cozad. Passes it in to Armagist. Armagist trying to find somebody. She finds Dyer. Back to Armagist and to number 15, Weatherly. Back to Dyer. Dyer finds Armagist. Armagist driving forward a little bit. Gives it to number 14, Dyer, who goes from the 3, and it is good. 20-11 is currently the score of coming up at the end of this first half here. Cozad's gaining back their points. O'Hare passing it to Richardson. Richardson across court to Clara Everett, who then gives it to Strasser. Strasser finds Richardson. O'Hare has it. She's going to try and go for 2. Loses the ball. It is a jump ball. And Cozad will get the ball. Emily Cornwell checks in for Ellery Harm. All right, number 4, Schroeder passing it in to number 12, Baker, and now Armagist has it. She's getting a little stuck there. And a timeout is called on Cozad's side, I believe.
Pinpoint is Gothenburg's #1 provider for home and business communication services. Pinpoint has the only all-fiber network in Gothenburg, with a local office for convenient access. Their hometown technicians and customer care team are always available and happy to assist you with all of your needs. Offering internet service with speeds up to 1 gig, Pinpoint is helping Gothenburg develop new innovation opportunities and e-commerce expansion. Call or stop by to get Pinpoint service today.
All right, we are back from that timeout there. Armagist passing it into Baker. Baker back to Armagist. Armagist goes around, gives it to Dyer. Dyer giving it to number 12, Baker. And Baker to Dyer. Dyer giving it to Armagist. Armagist finds Baker once again. And now Schroeder passing it to Armagist. She gives it to number 14, Dyer, back to Baker. Baker driving forward. She goes up for two. No good. And the foul is called on Gothenburg. That was called on number 12, Aubrey O'Hare. That's her first of the night. Baker will make some free throws, hopefully for Cozad. Makes the first one. And unfortunately missing the second one there. Strasser grabs back a hold of it for Gothenburg. And she gives it to Aubrey O'Hare. Back to Everett. And to number 22, O'Hare, who gives it to Cornwell. Cornwell driving forward. She finds O'Hare once again. Back to Strasser. And Everett giving it to O'Hare, almost losing it there to Cozad. Gives it back to Taryn O'Hare, passing forward to Emily Cornwell, who goes up for two. No good. And losing it to number 5, Armagist. We just hit the 1 minute mark, counting down to the end of our first half. Baker has it now. She finds number 14, Dyer, passing it to Armagist. And back to number 12, Baker. Back to number 14, Dyer. She finds Armagist. And she finds Dyer, who goes from the three. No good. Saving it from going out of bounds. That was number 24, Applegate, giving it to Armagist. And now number 12, Baker has it. Goes up 4-2. No good. Claire Everett takes possession of the ball, passing it to Kinley Strasser. And then to number 22, Taryn O'Hare. Now Everett has it back to O'Hare. And across to Emily Cornwell, who gives it to Strasser. Strasser to Aubrey O'Hare, who doesn't catch the ball. Going out of bounds. Cozad will take the ball. Just shy of 3 seconds left in this first half here. We will see if Cozad can score. Maddie Smith checks in for Aubrey O'Hare. Passes it in. Baker has it. She goes up. Sort of close, but not quite. Our score checking out of this first half is 20-12. We appreciate you joining us. There is still another half to this game, folks, so don't go anywhere. I will finish up playing some ads, and then we will switch into our promo video that you guys saw at the beginning of the video. So don't think we went anywhere. We will be back shortly in about 10 minutes. Thank you for joining us once again. All right, we do have Clara Everett making some free throws now. She makes it. And the ball goes to Cozad number 2. Burkholder going to be passing it in. Passes it to Armagust. Armagust giving it to number 14, Dyer. And now Burkholder passing it to Baker. Back to Dyer. Dyer goes up for 2. Gets blocked by Gothenburg, and the foul is called. That was called on number 25, Ellery Harm. All right, Dyer has it again. She's going to be trying to make some free throws, gaining some more points toward Cozad. Did not make that one. Ellery Harm grabs hold of it, passing it to Richardson. Richardson giving it to Everett. And Everett giving it back to O'Hare. O'Hare finds Richardson. Richardson giving it to Clara Everett and to number 25, Ellery Harmon goes in the 3. No good. Kinley Strasser trying to get hold of it for Gothenburg, and a jump ball is called. And Cozad will get the ball. I don't know why. All right, Dyer takes the ball back for Cozad, and that'll be out of bounds on Gothenburg. All right, number 24, Applegate passing it in there to number 12, Baker. And Baker passing it to Burkholder. Burkholder giving it back to Dyer, who goes from the 3, and it is good. That will now be 23-15. Strasser passing it to O'Hare. O'Hare passing it to Everett. Everett trying to find somebody. She finds Aubrey O'Hare, who goes for 2. Not quite. And almost losing it there to Cozad. Kinley Strasser takes back a hold of it and almost going out of bounds. Aubrey O'Hare gets a hold of it. And a timeout is called on Gothenburg.
Gothenburg Health believes in providing exceptional medical services close to home. That means going beyond for the people in our communities. You and your family have access to modern care at Gothenburg Health. Physicians, specialists, equipment, and technology. It's part of our commitment to stay well ahead of your needs at Gothenburg Health. You can see our commitment in our state-of-the-art surgical wing, new patient wing, medically integrated YMCA, and most importantly, in our amazing team who is Gothenburg Health. Learn more at gothenburghealth.org.
All right, that's Kinley Strasser passing it in for Gothenburg. Claire Everett giving it to number 12, Aubrey O'Hare, back to Strasser. Strasser gives it to Claire Everett. Everett giving it to number 20, Kinley Strasser. Strasser to O'Hare, who goes from the 3, not quite. Ellery Harm goes up for 2, no good either. And a foul is called on Cozad. That was called on Applegate. I believe that's her first of the night. That is her second of the night. Ellery Harm will make some free throws, hopefully getting Gothenburg some more points. Missing the first one. And missing the second one as well. Number 4, Schroeder grabs a hold of it, passing it to number 12, Baker. Baker giving it to Armagust. Armagust trying to find somebody. She finds Burkholder. Burkholder back to Armagust. Armagust dribbles, passes it to Baker. Driving forward. She's going to go pass it to Schroeder, who goes up for 2, and it is good. 23-17. Richardson passes it to Everett, who goes up for three, no good. Baker takes a hold of it, runs very quickly, may I add, goes up for two, no good. Everett takes back the ball for Gothenburg, giving it to Richardson, then giving it to Strasser. Ellery Harm goes up for two, and it is good, 25-17. And a foul is called. Burkholder start with it for Cozad. Passes it into number 12, Baker. Whoa, Baker passing it to Schroeder, taking a little bit of a tumble over here. Goes up for two, and Schroeder gets two more for Cozad, 25-19. Richardson has it. Richardson gives it to number 20, Strasser, who gives it to Harm. Harm's going to drive forward, and I believe a foul is called. All right, number 2, Burkholder to start with it now. Passes it in to Baker. Baker giving it to number 14, Dyer, almost losing it there, and she does lose it. However, Cozad will still get the ball. All right, Schroeder passing it to Armagist. Armagist trying to find somebody. She gives it to number 12, Baker. Baker going to go up for two, passing it to Schrader. She did not go up for two there. Armagist has it now back to Baker. And Baker to number 14, Dyer, who goes up for two, and it is good. 25-21 is the score. Strasser passing it to Emily Cornwell. She's going to go forward, passing it over to Ellery Harm, She went up for two, no good. Now Armagist has it. Giving it to number 14, Dyer. And Baker has it again. Armagist passing it to number 14, Dyer, who goes up for two. And it is good as well. Cozad making quite the comeback here, 25-23. And a timeout is called on Gothenburg. 3 minutes, 34 seconds left in the third quarter.
Hecox Dentistry, located at 1014 Lake Avenue in Gothenburg, has provided over 105 years of trusted dental service to the local area. 4 generations of family and dental care gives them an experienced advantage that you won't find anywhere else. They combine personalized, compassionate care with exceptional service in a state-of-the-art facility. They're always accepting new patients and look forward to providing the dentistry you, your family, and friends deserve. Learn more at hecoxdentistry.com.
All right, Strasser passing it in there to Aubrey O'Hare, giving it back and forth there. Clara Everett has it now, giving it to Kinley Strasser. Strasser to Everett. Everett driving forward, and a foul is called. All right, that foul is called on number 4, Schroeder. That's her first of the night. Strasser starting with the ball. Went up for two, no good. Cozad took back possession of the ball. Number 14, Dyer, giving it to number 12, Baker. Number 24, Applegate, goes up for two. No good. Trying to tie it here. Gothenburg takes back the ball. Number 20, Strasser, passing it to O'Hare. O'Hare to Everett. Everett's going to try and go forward toward the hoop. Passes it back to O'Hare. O'Hare goes up for two. No good. Burkholder takes back the ball for Cozad. Things are not looking as promising for Gothenburg as they thought heading out of the first half. Dyer there trying to give it to Baker. Baker goes up for two more. No good. And Maddie Smith recovers it for Gothenburg. Passing it to Strasser. Strasser running back down the court. Giving it to Maddie Smith and to Clara Everett, who almost lost it there but gained it back. And giving it to Maddie Smith, who went from the three. No good. And Aubrey O'Hare trying to get the ball back again, and a travel is called. Cozad will get the ball. All right, Armagist having the ball, getting passed to her from Burkholder, but a whistle was blown out of bounds. Burkholder to start with it again. Armagist has it, passing it back to Burkholder. And losing it to Ashlyn Richardson. All right, Burkholder to have the ball now. She'll be passing it in. Passes it in to number 12, Baker. Across to number 3, who's Sasali. Reagan Armagist has it now, passing it to Sasali. Back to Armagist, who goes for the three. No good. Richardson has it now for Gothenburg, still holding their 2-point lead. And that was out of bounds, I believe, on Cozad. Richardson to start with the ball. Passes it into Taryn O'Hare, across to Aubrey O'Hare. Everett has it now. She gives it to number 15, Ashlyn Richardson, and across to Everett. Everett almost losing the ball there. She still has it. Aubrey O'Hare goes up for two. No good. She's going to try and get the rebound, but we cannot get the ball. It is a jump ball, and Gothenburg will get the ball. All right, Ashlyn Richardson passing it in there. Everett has it now. She's going to be trying to give it there to Taryn O'Hare. O'Hare gives it to number 12. O'Hare back to Ellery Harm off of her toe, out of bounds. Cozad gets the ball, 25-23, 51 seconds left in the third quarter. All right, number 4, Schroeder starting with it, passing it into number 12, Baker. Across the way to number 24, Applegate, who goes up for two, smacked out of the way, but she still manages to get it. We are tied, folks, 25-25. Ashlyn Richardson has it. All right, Ellery Harm, she's going to go up for two, no good. And a foul is called on Cozad. Ellery Harm will get 2 free throws. See if we can take back the lead. Missing the first. We'll see if she can hopefully make the second one to take back the lead for Gothenburg. And she misses the second one as well. We're still tied, folks. 24 seconds left. Baker running down the court very rapidly. Gives it to Armagust. Armagust back to Baker. Baker gives it back to Armagust. 12 seconds left. Dyer has it. Gives it to Baker. And number 4, Schroeder goes up for 2 more. At the buzzer, 25-27, Cozad has the lead for the first time in this game. Gothenburg will hopefully do some strategic conversing here and take back what they need to get this game won for Gothenburg. We'll be back shortly.
Pinpoint is Gothenburg's #1 provider for home and business communication services. Pinpoint has the only all-fiber network in Gothenburg, with a local office for convenient access. Their hometown technicians and customer care team are always available and happy to assist you with all of your needs. Offering internet service with speeds up to 1 gig, Pinpoint is helping Gothenburg develop new innovation opportunities and e-commerce expansion. Call or stop by to get Pinpoint service today.
All right, coming back from this fourth quarter, Cozad has the lead. We hope Gothenburg did some good talking over the break there, and we can take back this game. Baker has it, giving it to number 4 Schroeder, and now to Armagust. Back to Baker, giving it to Dyer. And number 12, Baker there had it. Now Dyer giving it to Schroeder, and a foul is called on Gothenburg. That was called on Maddie Smith. That's her second of the night. All right, number 4 Schroeder has it. She's passing it in there to number 12 Baker, almost losing it there and going out of bounds. She still has it. Gives it to Armagust. Passes it to Dyer. And number 12 Baker passing it back to Armagust. Armagust looks for somebody. Baker has it. She goes up for 2 more. No good. And Maddie Smith recovers it for Gothenburg. Ashlyn Richardson has it, passing it to Everett. Everett passes it back to Ashlyn Richardson, who then in change gave it to Strasser, who goes up for 2 more. No good. Almost going out of bounds. Maddie Smith recovers it. Ashlyn Richardson goes for 3. Not quite. Maddie Smith goes up for 2, and it is good. 27, all tied up once again here in this fourth quarter. Reagan Armagust has it now. She passes it to Dyer, who loses it over the back of her head. Claire Everett goes up for 2 more. Not quite. Foul is called, however. That was called on Applegate. Claire Everett will take some free throws here, hopefully getting us even more in the lead. All right, here we go. We hope that Clara Everett can make some free throws for us. And she did not make it. Burkholder has it for Cozad. And a foul is called. Cozad will get the ball. Foul's called on number 24 on our side. That's Clara Everett. All right, number 2. Burkholder passing it in there to Baker. And giving it to number 14, Dyer. Baker has it. She goes up for 2. No good. Schroeder tried to get it there. Gives it back to Baker. Armagus from the 3. No good. And Clara Everett takes it. However, a foul is called on Gothenburg. Called on number 15. That's Ashlyn Richardson. That's her first of the night. Schroeder will take the ball, passing it in. Passes it in there to number 12, Baker. Clara Everett has it now, gives it to Richardson. Richardson runs down the court. She gives it to Cornwell. Richardson back to Strasser. Strasser trying to figure out what to do. Gives it to Everett. Everett to Smith. And then to Strasser. Strasser loses the ball. However, Emily Cornwell was there to get it for her. Passes it to Clara Everett. Kinley Strasser goes up for 2, and it is good. Gothenburg takes back the lead, 29-27. Armagus has it, passes it to number 14, Dyer. Now Baker has it. And a foul is called on Cozad. And a timeout is called, I believe, on Cozad's side this time. It is still a very close game here. I didn't expect it to quite go this way, but it makes it a little more fun. 5 minutes, 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Thank you for joining us. All right, we are back from that timeout there. O'Hare passes it into Richardson. Richardson to Strasser. Strasser slowly making her way down the court. Picks up pace a little bit there. She gives it to Ellery Harm. Harm goes up for 2 more. No good. Knocking someone over, and the foul is called on Gothenburg. All right, number 2 Burkholder to start with it for the Haymakers, excuse me. Passes it in to Baker. And passes it to Armagus, and now to Burkholder, back to Armagus. And then hitting the camera lady in the stands. That was out of bounds on Cozad. All right, O'Hare passing it in to Richardson. Kinley Strasser goes up for 2, and that's 2 more for Gothenburg, 31-27. Armagus passing it there to Baker. Baker gives it to, attempted to give it to Burkholder there. However, Ashlyn Richardson recovered it, giving it to Aubrey O'Hare, and a travel is called. All right, Burkholder passes it into Baker and gives it to Richardson, who stole it for Gothenburg. Kinley Strasser goes up for 2 more, and there's 2 more for Gothenburg, 33-27. All right, Dyer takes back the ball, giving it to Burkholder. Now Baker has it for Cozad. She gives it to number 4. I tried to give it there to number 14, Dyer. However, it went out of bounds. Gothenburg will get it. All right, number 12, O'Hare has it. Passes it into Richardson. And attempted to go up, however, Cozad stole it. Now Gothenburg got it back. Richardson passing it to Strasser, and a timeout is called on Gothenburg.
Gothenburg Health believes in providing exceptional medical services close to home. That means going beyond for the people in our communities. You and your family have access to modern care at Gothenburg Health. Physicians, specialists, equipment, and technology. It's part of our commitment to stay well ahead of your needs at Gothenburg Health. You can see our commitment in our state-of-the-art surgical wing, new patient wing, medically integrated YMCA, and most importantly, in our amazing team who is Gothenburg Health. Learn more at gothenburghealth.org.
All right, Strasser has the ball now again. Going to drive forward there. She's going to try and pass it across to Ashlyn Richardson and over to Taryn O'Hare, who goes up for 3. No good. However, Kinley Strasser recovers it back for Gothenburg, taking it back out to the 3-point line. She's going to pass it across to Taryn O'Hare, back to Aubrey O'Hare, and to Kinley Strasser, who's going to drive forward, go up for 2. And not quite, but very close, bouncing a couple times on the rim there. Burkholder has it, passes it to number 14, Dyer. And giving it to number 5, Armagust. Armagust trying to figure out what she wants to do, passes it to Applegate. And Applegate passing it to Burkholder. All right. And Armagust hitting the backboard there, but not going into the hoop. Baker checking in for number 4, Schroeder. All right, Applegate is going to start with the ball for Cozad. She'll be passing it in. Passing it into number 12, Baker. Baker back to Applegate, who goes up for 2 more. No good. Kinley Strasser recovers it for Gothenburg. Passes it to Clara Everett. And now to Kinley Strasser. Strasser goes up for 2 more, and it is good. 35-27. Armagust has it, passes it to number 12, Baker. And now Armagust has it for Cozad. Armagust from the 3, no good, and that'll be out of bounds on Cozad. All right. Richardson has it now for the Swedes. Passes it to number 24, Everett. And now to Strasser. Strasser attempted to get it there to Everett. However, Armagust intercepted it there for Cozad. Applegate passing it to Armagust there, and then to number 12. Passing it Goes up for 2, excuse me. However, no good. Kinley Shrosser takes back the ball. She goes up for 2 more, and there's another 2 more. 37-27. Gothenburg now has a 10-point lead. Number 14, Dyer passing it to Armagist, and a trip and a fall there on Armagist. And a timeout is called on Gothenburg.
Whether you're rushing to a ball game, managing a business, or juggling work and school, we at Flatwater Bank understand that life can get chaotic. Our mobile app lessens the stress of maintaining your finances and makes a trip to the bank one less thing to worry about. Use it to deposit checks, pay bills, track your balance, instantly pay friends, and so much more. Download our mobile app to access the branch that never closes.
All right, coming back from that timeout, it appears that Aubrey O'Hare will be passing the ball in for the Swedes. She passes it into Ashlyn Richardson. Back to O'Hare. O'Hare back to Richardson. And then to Everett. To Richardson, back to O'Hare. O'Hare back to Richardson, and now to Everett. Everett passing it back across there, trying to, just seems like they're playing keep away at the moment. And a foul is called. All right, Ashlyn Richardson will hopefully be making some more free throws, getting us even more in the lead. And she makes one of them. Hopefully can make the second one. And she did not make the second one, unfortunately. However, we are at 38-27, still quite a lead. Baker passing it across, and Ashlyn Richardson steals it, gives it to Emily Cornwell. Cornwell fighting for the ball, giving it to Everett, and now a foul is called. All right, that was called on number 24, Applegate. That's her 5th. All right, Baker has it now. Losing it to Gothenburg, Ashlyn Richardson. O'Hare passing it back to Richardson. Richardson across the court, and it'll be out of bounds on Cozad. 21 seconds left in the game. Richardson has it now. She passes it to Everett, then giving it to O'Hare. However, a foul is called. That was called on number 14. That'll be Dyer. That's her first of the night. Aubrey O'Hare to make some free throws. Missing the first. And she misses the second one as well. All right, number 3 there, passing it to Kostrunik. And that is our game, folks. 38-27. What a game. Gothenburg almost losing it there. However, they came back in the fourth quarter. It was a good one to watch, and we hope you will stick around for the boys game starting here in roughly about 30 minutes. After they get warmed up, we will end this live stream and start another one, so you'll have to go back to our homepage and click on the boys varsity versus Cozad. So that is where we'll be in just a few seconds. Thank you for sticking with us.